During the past day, there were 3 reports that the Al-Vatia airbase had indeed passed into the hands of the legitimate government. Moreover, representatives of the legitimate authorities were jubilant, and they can be understood, since it really is a major victory that changes the strategic balance of power. Perhaps even more importantly, the operation prepared and carried out by the Turkish military ended with success. This is beyond doubt, since there was no assault on the base. The enemy simply left her and government forces took control of her without a fight. All the work was done by Turkish aviation, in the form of drones, and Turkish artillery, in the form of long-range self-propelled guns. An important distinguishing feature of the operation was its methodology and manufacturability. The Turks economically spent ammunition on precisely explored targets, and therefore the effectiveness of their fire was so devastating that the base defenders simply lost their nerves. But the base was very powerfully fortified. In addition to the hangars, which were well examined in numerous photos and videos, there are underground bunker-type communications that easily accommodate a garrison of up to 10,000 people. For a moment, this is a small city underground. In fact, Al-Vatia is 2 in 1, an airfield and a fortified area. As far as it was known, from the beginning of the siege of the base there was a garrison of about 7,000 people, and a frontal attack on the base did not make sense. Killing the enemy with infantry forces was stupid, since the losses would have been monstrous, but also crushing with artillery was also not possible, because this requires powerful concrete piercing ammunition, which the Turkish military does not have. However, they used tactics similar to Syrian. They struck every time the enemy appeared from the bunkers, and in addition, the logistics of the base were destroyed. That is, there was no dense ground surrounding the base. But nevertheless, to leave and leave from there, as well as vice versa, could only be sensible when the Turks allowed it. Simply put, it repeated what one of the Wagners told Nir Idlib. He said that the Turks completely seize a dominance in the air and they simply cannot remain in the open. But this effect can only be achieved with high-tech means. The adversary must feel that he is constantly under the gun, and if he is still alive in the open, then not because he is so dexterous, but because for some reason the adversary has given him the opportunity to stay alive. This is the feeling of complete control that the enemy exercises over you, breaks the fighting spirit. Well, after the Turks ground the armor, their technological superiority became indisputable and final. Therefore, it was necessary to leave, and it became clear to the allies of the Turkish military that they knew what they were doing and that their method of warfare was leading to success. As a result, the base and many trophies were in the hands of government forces. Below we present new photos and videos from the base and offer to pay attention to the shell. It seems that it is well smoked, which means that there was an explosion next to it. And yet, in the video you can see that the trophy is already being taken away to Tripoli. I think that by the end of the week it will already be in the hands of Turkish engineers.